So, like, have you ever noticed how someone can say, I don't like drama, and then immediately lean forward and whisper, but did you hear what happened? Yeah, we've all met that person. We might even be that person. Because, like, here's the truth, okay? Humans absolutely love gossip. You could be minding your own business, scrolling through your phone, trying to be productive, and then somebody says, so apparently Sarah got fired because she accidentally sent a private message to the entire company. Now, suddenly your productivity disappears faster than your New Year's resolutions. You need details, you need context, you need the director's cut, you need the extended edition. But why? Like, why are humans so obsessed with other people's business? Like, why do celebrity scandals dominate headlines each and every time? Why do YouTube drama videos get millions of views? Why can a rumor spread through a school, office, or friend group faster than a virus? Well, it turns out gossip isn't just some bad habit humans developed. So, according to researchers, gossip may actually be one of the reasons our species became so successful in the first place. And here's where things get weird, right? So, you see, when most people think about human evolution, they imagine our ancestors hunting mammoths, discovering fire, and inventing tools. Like, nobody ever imagines a group of cave people sitting around a fire saying, bro, did you hear what Grog did yesterday? But believe it or not, okay, scientists think conversations actually, or exactly like that, may have played a huge role in shaping humanity. Yeah. Thousands of years ago, humans lived in tribes, right? Survival depended on cooperation. You needed to know who could be trusted, who was reliable, who was lazy, who might steal your food, and who was likely to leave you behind when a giant predator showed up. Now, that information could literally mean the difference between life and death. So, gossip became a social survival tool. Think about it, right? Just hear me out. If someone in your tribe was dishonest, you'd want to know. If someone was dangerous, you'd definitely want to know. And if someone was secretly helping everyone and being a great person, you'd want to know that too. In a way, gossip acted like an ancient version of social media reviews. 5 stars, great hunter, shares food. 1 star, ate all the berries and blamed everybody else. Typical things we hear now. The more scientists study human behavior, the more they realize that gossip isn't always negative. In fact, research suggests that a large percentage of gossip isn't even mean. Like, literally, a lot of it is simply people exchanging information about other people. And when you think about it, that's basically what most conversations are. Like, imagine sitting down with a friend and trying not to mention anyone else. Like, you'd run out of things to talk about in 3 minutes or less. So it would go like, so how's life? And it'd say good. You'd say cool. And that's it. That's it. Conversation dead. And that's the end of the friendship. So humans are literally social creatures. We are naturally interested in other humans. Our brains are built that way. In fact, neuroscientists have discovered that information about people's activities activates some of the most powerful systems in our brains. So we're naturally drawn to stories involving relationships or conflict or success, betrayal, romance, status, competition, things like that. Now, I want you to notice how I described almost every reality TV show ever made. Yeah, exactly. So, reality television figured out something scientists already knew. Humans can't resist social information. It doesn't matter if it's a celebrity, a co-worker, a YouTuber, or your neighbor who suddenly bought a suspiciously expensive car. The human brain immediately starts asking questions like, how did that happen? And what's the story and what's going on? We're basically detectives who forgot to become actual detectives. But here's where gossip gets even more interesting. Researchers believe gossip serves another purpose. Like, it helps us learn. Like, okay, think about it. Most of us never learned social rules from a textbook. Nobody sat us down and handed us the official human rule book. Instead, we learn through stories. We hear about someone getting caught cheating, someone losing a friendship, someone becoming successful, someone making a huge mistake. And through gossip, we learn what society rewards and what it punishes. So it's like observing life through other people's experiences without actually suffering the consequences ourselves. Yeah. Human beings are incredibly efficient learners, I might say. Like, why touch the hot stove yourself when you can hear about somebody else doing it? Of course, not all gossip is helpful, though. Let's be honest, okay? Sometimes human gossip simply because it's entertaining. And there's actually a biological reason for that too. Like, studies have literally shown that juicy social information can activate reward systems in the brain. Yeah. In simple terms, gossip can feel really good. Your brain enjoys learning new social information. It's almost like receiving a tiny reward every time you uncover a secret, which explains why people like the term "don't tell anyone," or why they say that often. I hear it. And suddenly you're paying more attention than you've paid in any school lesson in your entire life. Your brain shifts from secret information detective, activating maximum focus. But gossip doesn't just spread because people enjoy hearing it. People also enjoy sharing it. And that's because sharing information can increase social status. Like, think about the person who always knows everything first. The office knows them. The friend groups know them. The family knows them. They're basically a walking news channel. Humans often view knowledgeable people as valuable. And if you know important information, people pay attention to you. And attention, humans love attention. Honestly, if early humans had TikTok, we'd probably still be living in caves because nobody would have gotten any work done. But there's a darker side to gossip. While gossip can build connections, it can also destroy reputations. Like, a false rumor can spread incredibly fast. And psychologists have found that negative information often sticks in our minds more strongly than positive information. In other words, if someone tells you that your neighbor donates to charity every week, yeah, that's nice. But if someone tells you that your neighbor has a secret underground bunker full of snakes, for example, you'd probably remember that one for a long time and it wouldn't leave your mind. So the human brain evolved to pay attention to potential threats. And unfortunately, that means negative gossip often travels faster than positive gossip. And in today's world, where information can reach millions of people like instantly, that tendency can be dangerous. One rumor can change someone's entire life. One false story can spread across the internet before the truth even puts its shoes on. And that's why gossip is a powerful and risky tool. It's one of humanity's oldest tools, honestly, but it's also one of our most dangerous weapons. So, back to the question. Why do humans love gossip? Well, straightforward. Because deep down, we are just social animals. We evolved in groups, we survived through relationships, we learned through stories, we built communities through shared information. Gossip helped us understand people, predict behavior, learn social rules, and strengthen social bonds. The problem isn't humans that gossip. The problem is how we use it. Because there's a huge difference between sharing information and spreading harm. And maybe that's the real lesson behind it all. So the next time you're listening to the latest drama, just remember that you're participating in behavior that's thousands of years old. A behavior that helped us build tribes, societies, and civilizations. So you're not hearing gossip, you're engaging in one of humanity's oldest traditions, which, if we're being honest, sounds a lot cooler than admitting you're spending 45 minutes watching YouTube videos about influencer drama. But let's not gossip about that.